Sourdough scones are simple, delicious, and easy to make. This recipe uses only sourdough starter and no baking powder, and the result is a very flaky and soft scone. I prepared this the evening before in about 15 minutes and let them proof in the fridge all night to enjoy them the next morning for breakfast. So, here's my sourdough scone recipe. To start, place 250 grams or 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour in a food processor. Add 5 grams or half a teaspoon of salt, 50 grams or 1/4 cup of brown sugar, mix the dry ingredients for about 5 seconds. Add 100 grams or 1/4 cup plus 3 tablespoons of very cold butter cut in pieces. Process all the ingredients together in the food processor until all the ingredients are well combined and the butter has blended well with the flour. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a pastry cutter like this one or a fork to combine the butter with the flour. I like to use my food processor to speed up the process. Now, in a bowl, combine 165 grams or 3/4 cups of heavy cream and 100 grams or 1/3 cup of ripe sourdough starter. Mix the sourdough starter with the cream until all the sourdough starter has dissolved in the cream. If you don't have heavy cream, you can use buttermilk or creme fraiche. Place all the mixture of flour and butter in a mixing bowl. Add 100 grams or 1 cup of roughly chopped almonds or your favorite nuts. Add 100 grams or half a cup of your favorite dry fruits. I am using here a mix of cranberries, cherries, and golden raisins. Use a dough whisk to mix all the ingredients well. Now, add the wet ingredients, the heavy cream and sourdough starter that you mixed previously. Combine all the ingredients well as you mix them with your dough whisk. Mix for about 2 minutes until no visible dry spots remain in the dough. Then, place all the dough on your working table or on a pastry mat and use both your hands to bring the dough together. This process has to be done quickly and you need to avoid overworking the dough so you can have flaky scones in the end. Form a circle with the dough of about 8 inches in diameter. Then, use a bench knife or pastry cutter to cut the circle in 8 equal pieces. Prepare a baking sheet with parchment paper or a baking mat and place 8 pieces on the sheet, making sure to leave enough room in between the scones. Cover the baking sheet with a lid, plastic wrap, or a plastic bag, and take them to the fridge to proof overnight. The next morning, take the scones out of the fridge and brush them with the heavy cream. Make sure to brush the whole surface of the dough. Sprinkle a good amount of turbinado sugar or unrefined sugar on top of the scones. Place the scones in a preheated oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes or until the scones are golden brown. While your scones are baking, make a lemon glaze. In a small bowl, combine the zest of 1 lemon, 1/8 of a cup of lemon juice, and 3/4 cups of confectioner's sugar. Use a whisk to combine the ingredients well until you have a very soft and a smooth glaze. When your scones are ready, take them out of the oven and place them on a cooling rack. Glaze them with the lemon glaze that you just prepared and wait at least 5 minutes until you try them. These scones are crunchy on the outside and soft and flaky on the inside. The mix of dry fruits and nuts makes them very delicious. Enjoy! I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as we do. If you like this video, please click in the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have a new recipe every week. Thank you for watching.